In this lecture, you're going to learn about the Pathfinder panel, and this is a really cool panel. You can use it to combine shapes, create new shapes. So let's go ahead and get started. Go to File, New in Adobe Illustrator, go to Window, and then Pathfinder, and you'll see up here there's Shape Mode, so there's 4 things there. And then there's Pathfinders, 6 things down there. And what do these do? Well, some of them you can hover over them, and it gives you an idea of what they do. And I'll give you a couple examples. So I'm going to draw out the ellipse tool. Let's just say we were drawing something and we wanted it to be sort of a cloud shape, maybe a logo, and we're just clicking and dragging and combining all these shapes here. And so once we have one, the problem is, you could click and drag around that and go to Object Group, but it's really not one shape, right? So if I did type on a path tool and wanted to put type around it for some reason, it would not work. It would just go around this one. So what we need to do is just click and drag around all of them, and then click this first one. It says Unite. Pretty simple, right? So now this is one shape. You've got points, anchor points, and you got paths in between. We can still edit it with the white direct selection tool if you want. Just click and drag like so. And also if you wanted type to go around this, we could copy and paste it. Control or Command C, then Control or Command V, and then use the type on a path. And then you've got some area to put some text on. If this was a feature story, you want to do some kind of illustration, and you could put it on the other one, like that. You can use that not just the same type of shape. So if you had say a circle, and then you had even a star or a starburst, and put something like that, click and drag around both of them, add 2, and then you've got a new symbol. You can also use this with text. So if you click some text out here, and I'm going to choose a different font. So I'm going to select that and go to, let's choose a kind of a stronger one there. We got this, and then let's draw, instead of using a shape, let's just draw something out here. So let's draw kind of a wave. And it's coming up like that. And then it goes back here. All right. Problem is, if I want to combine this, hit that, it's not going to work, right? Didn't do anything. We've got to create outlines, remember? So right click this, create outlines. Now it's an actual shape. And you want to make it readable. So I'm going to bring this a little bit up. I'm actually going to bring the R down a little bit, bring this one up, bring the S a little bit higher. All right, so now I'm going to select all of it. And I can change the color. And there we go. All right, so that's the first one. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I do want to show you some commonly used ones. So the minus front, what that is, just keep this simple, 2 circles. Like that. And this one's on top because I drew it last. This one's on the bottom. If I click and drag around both of them and then click this minus front, it's going to subtract wherever they overlap the front one from the back. So you can create specific looks and shapes. The next one is intersect. Wherever they intersect will remain. So if you want to make a leaf in this example, you could do that. And then the other one is exclude. So wherever they intersect, they won't have content. So if you pull that out, you can see what it did. It just is cutting out in the middle there. So I'll delete those. There are a couple other ones if you want to experiment with. There's divide, trim, merge, crop, outline, minus back. So some of these, like this, will get rid of the stroke if it had one. So if I click and drag around, let me just add a stroke to these and make it a little bit larger so we can see it. All right, so you see the stroke there. Let me actually make it a little bit more offset from the fill. All right, so if I combine these with Unite, it's just going to do that. Now, if I go over here, divide, what it does is kind of divides it. So it has this extra little leaf looking thing in here, and then this is its own shape, and that's its own shape. All right, so I'm going to go back a couple steps. And then trim gets rid of that stroke. You can see some undo. Merge just merges them together, and they also don't have a stroke. You could add it back in if we wanted to, like so. Earlier we talked about minus front, so it'll subtract from the front. The opposite of that, down on the Pathfinder, there's minus back, so it just subtracts from the back. So this is useful when we're wanting to create these specific shapes, say for a logo design or an illustration, and if we want to combine shapes, for example. There's a lot of different methods you can use. So check out the Pathfinder. It's pretty useful. A lot of people, when they're new to Illustrator, they know about the shape tools and text and the pen tool and the brush tool, but they don't know the Pathfinder tool, and they don't even know about it, and that we can use it to create logos and illustrations and really customize our shapes. I'll see you in the next lesson.